everyone. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Jillian, and welcome back to Raising Them Finding Us.
So excited. So, time for the relatable mom moment of the show where we each take a turn revealing a mom moment that may be so relatable to you, it's scary. Jillian, why don't you go first?
Okay, so a few weeks ago, my grandmother passed away.
Pour one out for Nana.
Yes,
Yep,
pour one out for
pour one out.
Nana. And so the kids skipped school to come to the services, and we came home, and I hadn't really cried much about it. And we came home, and my two boys were just arguing and being so mean to each other.
At the
And
worst moment possible.
I was just like, I, I snapped. I said, my grandmother just died and you guys can't even get along. And I dramatically pivoted in the opposite direction and ran away to my bedroom and started crying.
You know what?
And
Maybe that's the
I
release you
scarred them
needed.
for life, but it's just all part of the process.
Mental health. That's what we're all about. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was crazy. And they just continued to fight after I left. I don't think I
so
scarred
it
them,
didn't
actually.
so it didn't deter them is what you're saying.
It did not, it did not. But they were all very nice when I came out.
I bet.
Yeah, so that's mine. Nicole, what is yours?
Oh, okay. I'm homeschooling my second child. So we are working on our worksheet. We're just starting our homeschool day. It's around 11 a.m. because that's when we start because we do what we want. We're homeschoolers. But, before this, I'm already hit with, 794 requests from all
Mhm,
4
mhm.
children. And so I'm working on a sheet with my second child and my oldest, who I asked to come over to me when she was finished, doing whatever chore it was I asked her to do. And she just stood there and didn't say anything. But just her standing there, her presence, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you just standing there? And she goes, you asked me to come over. And I was like, oh my, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. And then I realized how many sounds were coming in.
Mm,
You know what
mhm.
I mean? And so my youngest two are being kept busy by Bluey and Snacks at the moment.
Mm.
And Bluey's on volume 84, minimum. And I was just like, we have to turn off the TV right now. And right as soon as some of that noise stopped, I was like, oh my gosh, I can breathe. It's just, I realized what was happening. It was just too loud. My brain was having too many
Mm.
things
It's so
coming in
hard,
at the same
yes.
time.
It's too much.
Yeah. So it actually relates to this episode because this episode, we're talking about being overstimulated, overtouched, all
Mm.
the overs.
Mhm,
So,
exactly. Exactly. So you had a moment where everything just feels like too much.
mhm.
The noise, the touching, the questions, like you might actually crawl out of your own skin.
Yeah. Isn't that lovely? Motherhood is beautiful
Isn't it?
because then 2 seconds later, you're hit with the guilt because you're like, oh my gosh, my poor baby, I'm so sorry. And, I love my kids more than anything. So why do I feel like this sometimes?
Mhm, mhm. Well, today we're talking about being overstimulated and touched out as moms. So we'll talk about what it actually feels like, why it happens, and what's really going on beneath the surface.
And this is one of those things that so many moms experience. But again, it's one of those things that almost no one talks about, honestly, because it feels like wanting that autonomy or that time away from them just means that we're impatient people and we're doing something wrong and we need to change,
Mhm.
you know? And instead of us thinking that there is a possibility that this is just how I'm reacting to my environment at
Mhm.
this moment. So
Yeah.
that, I mean, that, kind of mindset shift.
Yeah, I think let's start with that. What does overstimulated actually feel like for you?
Yeah, and I feel like we do overuse the word overstimulated,
Same. Mhm.
but for me specifically, it's like my skin is almost, like, sensitive, like, if you've ever gotten a tattoo, you know that constant sensation, and it's, like, that irritable thing,
Mhm.
and I get irritable really fast, like, my mood gets irritable too, and everything just feels louder than it actually is.
Mhm. Yeah. Same. In It's like this mix of anxiety, and I get this pressure in my chest, and like the smallest thing can just push me over the edge. I get angry, like real rage.
Like Hulk out. And the thing is, it's not usually one big thing.
Mhm.
It will be something small.
Mhm.
But before that, it was 100 more small
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. You got a baby crying, a toddler asking, 100 questions. The TV's on in the background, bluey. Somebody's phone is in the distance, and there's just this constant mental intake and just a constant to-do list
yeah.
running in your head
Not
at
to
all
mention the
times.
to-do list. Yes. And someone needs a snack.
Mm,
Someone needs a diaper. Someone wants you to play with them. They want to play Barbies. And someone needs their homework checked.
yeah.
And, you know,
Somebody needs a ride home
yeah, the
or a
the
ride to
chauffeur.
sports. Yep.
Ride to
Nonstop.
sports. Yeah, and it's all happening at the same time, especially if you have multiple children. They don't, care if someone else is asking you something. They have a question immediately that they need asked.
Yeah, and your brain just hits the point where it's just like, I can't take one more thing in. I cannot take in anything else.
Yeah, my brain does this thing where it's like, "Oh, no. Oh,
It's happening.
no.
It's happening.
It's happening." So one of my friends described overstimulation for her feels like when her brain has too many tabs open at the same time, like Hello Safari on my phone, and they all have the sound on,
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Yes.
like all the same annoying, no, all different annoying songs at the
Mm,
same time.
right.
Yeah. And I feel also for me, like I have so many decisions to make in a day, like before
Mhm.
9 a.m.,
Yeah,
the amount of choices I have to make.
you're exactly right. Do you know, like, how many decisions the average adult makes in a day?
You and I looked up.
Because it's 35,000 decisions daily. 35,000 decisions daily, and mothers often make substantially more because they're making decisions not just for themselves, but for every child in their home.
Well, every
And
child.
so I've got 3 kids, right? So
Right.
does that mean it's 35,000 decisions times 4? Well, 4 and a half because I'm married.
Well,
That's
that
outrageous. Mine are a little older, so I guess they can make some decisions on their own, but I gotta make a lot still.
it doesn't mean you're not worried about them.
Yeah, and you have you're making more decisions. The younger they are, I feel like the more decisions you have to make for them.
Right. So if the average person makes about 35,000 decisions a
Yeah.
day,
I probably make 1,000,000.
mothers are carrying thousands upon thousands more
Mhm.
because they're mentally managing multiple people at once.
Mhm.
Sounds fun.
Super fun.
Motherhood is beautiful. Superheroes. We're all getting capes.
I like it.
So then moms aren't overwhelmed because they're doing motherhood wrong. They're overwhelmed because their brains are carrying and processing the mental load of the entire household. And your brain gets tired. It's like a muscle. I mean, it's an organ in your body. If it gets overused, it's gonna get tired.
Indeed, yep.
We all need a nap.
Yeah, like your skin, right?
Oh,
There's
my skin
being
gets tired.
touched out,
Mm,
which is just like a whole different layer. I feel like this one can be really so emotional because it's so confusing.
right. It's when you've had so much physical contact all day, holding, feeding, kids climbing on you. I'm a jungle gym
Yeah.
in my house. I don't know if you experienced that when your kids were
When they were
younger.
smaller, yeah.
But, you've just had that all day and your body just can't handle any more touch. And even gentle touch can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
Sometimes your kid just wants a hug and like, I just want some space.
It's so hard. It's like, "I love you, I can't be touched right now. Sorry."
Yeah. Amen.
So, let's dive into why does this actually happen?
Yeah. Because being touched out happens when your nervous system has received so much physical contact and sensory input
Mhm.
and emotional demand that your body starts craving space instead of stimulation. So
Mhm.
a hug would be more stimulation.
Right. Yeah. So, unlike most adults, mothers often go hours, if not days,
Yep.
without having control over their own physical boundaries and their
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah. I mean, if you co sleep, you will absolutely go days without having any
Mhm.
physical space.
So, your nervous system is actually designed to handle stimulation in cycles, but that's not motherhood. So let's
No.
be realistic. Motherhood is nonstop.
Mm
So,
hmm.
nonstop input, noise and touch and questions and people climbing on you and interruptions and all the decision making.
All of them.
Eventually, the brain starts treating even normal touch as too much. Your time and your body and your attention aren't your own anymore. They belong like literally to everyone else.
Mm hmm. Yeah. And then, just add in the sleep deprivation
Mm,
and the hormones, especially the postpartum hormones, like we talked
Lord.
about,
Mhm.
and, your tolerance for everything is just lower
Mhm.
because there's something happening in your brain and your body. I'm sure we've all said, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been like, I just need no one touching me or talking to me for 5 minutes, please. Like you just would lock yourself in the bathroom for a little bit. I don't know if anybody else has done that,
Yeah,
but
sometimes we need it. We just need a little
right,
alone time.
right. But it doesn't mean that I love my kids any less,
Of course not.
right? It just means that my nervous system has reached
Capacity.
capacity. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, and when that happens, your nervous system shifts into stress mode. Like your cortisol levels rise, your
Right.
fight or flight. So your
Right.
body literally reacts.
Hmm.
Your heart rate goes up, your muscles tense, your
Mm.
patience drops.
it feels like that was a math equation. Like your heart rate goes up, plus your muscles tense, plus your patience drops
Equals
equals, or no, I'm
meant to be.
right. And so research consistently shows that fight, flight, and freeze are involuntary survival responses. And they're actually controlled by the nervous system, not our conscious choices. So we're not saying, like, having a bad day. I'm in fight or flight mode, kids.
It's caused by adrenaline and cortisol levels rising, completely out of our control.
Yeah. And those hormones they can be helpful in short bursts,
Mhm.
like even throughout your day, not just, when it's really fight or flight.
Right.
That can serve you well in a moment. Woo. But, motherhood can keep these systems activated for long periods,
Yeah, of
you know.
course.
And
Mhm.
over time that can create things like, irritability, anxiety, emotional sensitivity,
Exhaustion.
shut down mode. So, like, mothers aren't feeling.
Yeah, when the brain perceives danger, or like an emotional threat,
Mm,
it rapidly shifts into protective survival responses.
yeah. I Googled what could that look like, overstimulation. Like, what can that trigger as far as fight, flight, or freeze responses?
Mhm.
Um, so for flight, it listed irritability again, snapping, rage, short temper, again, rage.
Uh-huh.
Um, that was for fight. Now for flight, it talked about just wanting to hide, like maybe wanting to just constantly hide or locking yourself in the bathroom. We talk shout out locking yourself in the bathroom
Mhm.
or mentally checking out because sometimes I don't know about anybody else, but I have felt mentally checked out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so for freeze, it can feel like emotional numbness, scrolling endlessly, or feeling totally detached.
Mhm.
Yeah, instead of a connection, it will feel like another demand.
Yeah, another chore.
Yeah, and it's why
Mhm.
something small, like someone, grabbing your arm, which I tend to do,
Mhm.
can just feel like
Too
so
much.
much. Yeah, too
Yeah.
much. And I want to go back to how touch could just start feeling like another demand.
Mhm.
And I want to talk about how our brains react to that,
Yeah. It's
to multiple demands.
mhm. Our brains use energy, and even though thinking doesn't necessarily burn calories, unfortunately,
How many calories does it burn?
because we'd
Wait,
all
wait,
be
wait.
real thin then as mothers.
Yeah.
But our brains are an extremely active organ, and it consumes resources.
Right.
Mental exhaustion is not imaginary. Functional brain image studies show measurable changes in attention, effort, and emotional regulation. And it's not just about the number of tasks or thoughts.
Right, right. Because the number of tasks isn't always huge, but the things that our brains are constantly, working on or burning calories on are things like uncertainty, emotional suppression, interruptions, that's a
Mm,
big one, and, lack of recovery time can be more exhausting on our brains than the actual work is. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. So then, for example, we're like constantly anticipating our children's and our entire household's needs because those bitches don't stop.
Those bitches do not stop.
We are also never fully finishing tasks because we're constantly interrupted or have something more important or more pressing that has to be done. And all of this can create more and more and more fatigue. So by the end of the day, your brain has just hit its limit,
Right. Right, because you've been doing it all day.
right?
Yep.
And then, then there's the snap. Okay, because every mom knows that moment.
Yes, I do. I'm not no judgment. No, because it's, yelling. It's a lot of for me, the
Mhm.
snap is yelling, and then I shut down and, you shut the bedroom door because it's bedtime,
Mm,
you know? 'Cause it explains why so many moms just snap by bedtime,
yeah.
because by that time, they've made thousands and thousands of decisions, regulated everybody's emotions,
Mhm.
absorbed them, the constant noise, and then experiencing the nonstop touch. The snap
Mhm.
isn't random. Like, it's
No.
not me. It's not me, guys. It's like my nervous system. My nervous system is hitting its limit and it's trying to reduce that input fast. Like I said, I have that moment. Your brain is like, oh no.
The snap isn't the problem. It's the signal. The signal that you're overwhelmed or overtouched or overstimulated or just over all this shit. I think it's important to say that we've both have had moments, mom moments that we are not proud of.
Right. Yes. Moments that you've snapped over something really small. But again, it wasn't really about that moment. It
Mhm.
was everything leading up to it.
So then let's try and talk about what actually helps.
Mm-hmm.
Because, just take a break isn't realistic, a lot of the times, I would
Right.
say.
I mean, not for everybody.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it is not realistic all of the time. And
no.
it can be about small changes, things like reducing input, turning off some of the background noise, like don't
Mm,
put the TV on
mhm.
level 86, please.
Fair. Mhm,
Maybe stepping into a private or quiet room,
mhm.
the locked bathroom is a favorite.
Indeed. Favorite in my house as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I remember reading Thrive by Ariana Huffington, and she had this concept of micro steps,
Mm,
like saying too small to fail. So if you have something you want to achieve, you break it down into like really, really tiny goals. And if that little goal seems overwhelming, you break it down even more and
Mm.
smaller and smaller. She
Okay.
gave like the example of trying to break away from your phone.
Mm.
Can you keep your phone in the kitchen plugged in overnight?
Right.
No,
No.
it's too much. Okay.
Okay.
Can you leave it on your dresser across the room? Plugged in, so it's charging, but, across the room. No, you can't? Okay, we'll go smaller. So, I think the final step was, can you keep it on your nightstand face down? You just keep making it smaller and smaller until you're too small to fail.
Mm.
So I feel like that can apply here, and it kinda makes sense here
Right.
too.
Hmm. So almost like micro boundaries.
Yeah.
Two boundaries that are too small to fail.
Yeah, saying I need 5 minutes and actually taking it.
Right.
Take or 2 minutes. 5 minutes is too much, your kids are too little.
Mhm.
Okay, can you take 2 minutes to
Right.
yourself?
Yeah. 30 seconds.
Yeah, whatever it
That's
takes.
and also thinking about it's important to set those boundaries before you lose your shit. And,
Indeed. Mhm.
no one likes setting boundaries. Listen, we're all in a season of growth here.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't like setting boundaries, but even with our kids, it's important to do it. We do it for us, and I have to do it with my kids too.
Mhm.
And you know what? I thought it helps them to learn people's boundaries by me doing it.
Definitely.
Like, I have to give them a real life example. Otherwise, they're not going to get it.
Mhm. And maybe even lowering expectations of ourselves,
Mhm.
in a good way,
Right.
like not trying to keep up with the Pinterest mom.
Mm.
Not everything has to be done right now. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself a realistic timeline. Micro steps, micro steps.
Micro steps, damn it.
Yes. So reducing even like 15 or 20 tiny decisions will noticeably reduce you feeling overwhelmed. And it can be simply like laying your clothes out the night before
Or the
or,
kids' clothes.
yeah, planning your dinner ahead of
Mm.
time and just taking a little bit of the mental load off of you for that day.
Right. And so another one was you can externalize your mental load. And what that means is like your lists, your reminders in your phone. And,
Hmm.
something that I'm famous for is to do lists.
Same.
And
If it's not written down, everybody knows
it's
mom will
not,
forget.
yeah, it's not getting done.
Because
Perimenopause.
perimenopause is a
Yes.
bitch,
Yes, because
and I can't remember anything
I
anymore.
I never thought I'd have to remind myself of just anything and
I know.
everything, but
Every
there it
day.
is.
Everyday tasks.
There it is on one of my 4
Mm.
to-do lists. Because, as we learned from this episode, you can't rely on your brain all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
No.
doing its fight or flight thing.
Yeah. It's important to
Yes.
not believe everything you think.
Mm. Preach.
Another one was finish fewer tasks, but finish them completely. Yeah. So a lot of moms just it feels like we are being pulled in 100 different
Mm.
directions at once,
Right.
and we'll start something with the best intentions, but then, somebody needs to be wiped and you
Mm.
go into the bathroom and
The toilet
you
paper is empty.
yeah, you gotta clean the shower or, it's a vicious cycle
Right.
of just starting tasks and never completing them because you just don't get the time.
Right. And that kind of keeps the nervous system in a state of like low key vigilance, So it helps to intentionally complete one small thing at a time, fold one
Micro
basket,
steps, micro steps.
micro step it, fold a basket of laundry.
Yeah, you gotta break it down.
Yeah. And completion signals safety and closure to the brain. Did you know that?
I feel like I probably did, but
You've listened to enough podcasts.
yeah,
You've known that.
I hear it all the time. Do
Yeah.
I heed that advice?
Nay, do we
Negative.
ever take our own advice?
No, but I give some
No.
killer advice. And also, maybe not stressing the small stuff.
Hmm.
We are overwhelmed enough,
Right.
and we are also constantly just tracking everybody's moods and their needs and potential
Mm.
problems and whether everyone's okay and safe. And the level of monitoring you have to do when you have small kids is just exhausting.
Mm.
So, letting go of some of that stuff and tolerating small disappointments. Being overwhelmed is a nervous system response to being constantly needed. It's
Mhm.
not being impatient.
Right, right. I mean, sometimes we're both.
Yeah, indeed.
But if we can build moments where we're not needed, like, this is a really big one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
many of us are physically alone, like very rarely,
Mhm.
but
Yes.
psychologically off duty almost never. I mean, when we're not with our kids, we're constantly
Yeah.
thinking about them.
Yeah.
Are their needs getting met when we're not with them?
Uh-huh.
Blah.
Like, I could not get out of my mind the other day, is the baby's diaper changed? No
Yeah,
flaw against his dad,
of course.
just it doesn't stop. I can't stop it,
Mhm.
right? Like, no one needs something, but they might. They
Maybe they
might.
do. I should call.
I know.
But even short periods of time, of true off-duty time, can be
Mhm.
very restorative.
Right,
And that just might mean leaving your house alone for a few minutes, taking
right.
a drive around the block. Hobbies, taking up a new hobby or picking up an old hobby
Yeah, or
and
starting a
being
podcast.
able to do it alone. Yeah. Solo errands, just, I mean, we've done that. We've run
Target.
to Sam's Club,
Sam.
gone grocery shopping before. Yeah. Listen, time with your friends where you're not
Mhm.
caregiving, very, very important.
Yes. Very healing.
Being overstimulated doesn't mean we're bad moms.
Oh,
It means our nervous system is overloaded.
right. So maybe instead of thinking sometimes that I'm losing my patience, maybe my nervous system just needs a hot second.
Mhm.
Maybe it just needs a hot 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I wonder what it would look like to honor this feeling of being overwhelmed instead of fighting it.
Mm,
Maybe we need to lean into it a little bit and just accept the fact that we are overwhelmed. We're moms. It
mhm.
happens to all of us. And now we just need to know the steps or micro steps that we can use to help pull ourselves out of it.
Right, and the micro steps can look different for everyone.
Mhm.
Like for me, a micro step is keeping the TV off all morning.
Mhm.
Because the
Mhm.
second I don't know about anyone else's kids, but the second my kids open their eyes, they want the TV.
Oh yeah, of
They wanna
course.
be, like, stimulated, and I'm
Yep.
like,
Mm.
"No." And, the other thing that I was thinking too is being mindful of, like, my physical body and keeping my shoulders down because I don't
Yes.
I don't know how
My
it feels,
goodness.
but I realize that, like, my shoulders are in my ears,
Yeah.
like, all the
I'm
time.
gonna
I'm
be
just
hunchbacked by the time I'm
yes!
50. For me, I'm working on taking a deep breath before I raise my voice because I really don't like it when I
Mm,
snap.
yeah.
Uh,
Micro steps.
that's right.
We gotta just break it down
You
smaller.
gotta just recognize when it's about to happen.
Right. So, our question to you, our audience, is what is one micro step that you can do this week or these next few weeks to give yourself just a little more space and a little more grace? Thanks for hanging with us. And until next time, keep raising them and don't forget to find yourself.
All right.